Hello? Hello? Can't see me, can you? It's because the lens cap is on. Ah, there we are. Ha. Alright. Let's get started. How you guys doing? The fuck? I got a whole bunch of hair on me. Get off of me. Alright. Testing. We're recording. Gotta always do a check. We're red. Put it on hold. I hate when it doesn't record, so I'm just being overcautious. Alright, I know I'm not in the shot. You can see my foot. You can focus on something. There you go. You get a little foot action. Alright, why have I summoned you here? You know why. You're here for the book. The book. We're here for the book. We're all here for the book. Alright, what a day. Okay, we decided we're changing things up. Let me get you in the focus before we... is that better? Is that what you wanted? Was it annoying you? Alright. There's a lot of me's right now. There's 1, there's 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of me. Let's begin. But before we begin, I was originally gonna read this 1 chapter a day, but now we're not. We're reading 1 chapter a week because I want there to be a formula. I don't want to waterboard you guys with books because that can be sometimes boring, and I don't want it to be boring, and I'm gonna try to make it as interesting as possible because I'm gonna read regardless, and why not turn it into a video? Well, I do this alone. Now I get to share it with you. I'm gonna show up once a week and read from pages, and we're gonna finish this book together and then move on to another book eventually. So let us start, right? Got nothing else to add there? I think I said everything. So yeah, we clarified everything. If you're interested in this stuff, it's once a week thing. All right, day 5. Too much information on the art of reading and not reading. Interesting. I'm gonna take that as find a balance. Don't consume too much, because then it'll just fuck your brain. Yeah, I think we all know that. People today are in danger of drowning in information, but because they have been taught that information is useful, they are more willing to drown than they need to be. Yeah, see? Overconsumption. Too much knowledge out there and feeling like we need to grab it. This was the mid-2000s, but it was already obvious that the internet was going to exponentially exacerbate the problem of there being far too much to read. That is fucking true. The internet, goddamn. Too much content. Bo Burnham, a little bit of everything, all of the time. By 1999, researchers estimated the quantity of data generated worldwide came to at least 1.5 billion gigabytes. The 2024 estimate is 147 trillion gigabytes. Holy cow, that's a big difference. Much of it isn't in the form of published content, of course, but plenty is. And by comparison, according to one amateur back-of-the-envelope calculation, the entire library of Alexandria contained around 12 gigabytes. I don't know what Alexandria is. I don't know if I should or what. Alexandria? We'll Google it. We're Googling. A little bit of Google. Well, the first thing that comes up is Egypt. It's Egypt. What is Egypt? But I guess, I don't know if that's what they're referring, but alright, move on. It became an ubiquitous, God, I have to Google another word? Making me feel retarded. Thanks. Ubiquitous. Damn, doesn't she sound sexy saying it? Ubiquitous. Oh, what does it mean? Present, appearing, or found everywhere. Alright. Let me pick that up. Alright, ubiquitous. Where were we? It became a ubiquitous modern problem to have not only a teetering pile of books you've been meaning to read, but a digital stack of articles you'd like to digest, plus a long queue of podcast episodes to listen to, videos or TV shows to watch, or video games you've purchased and would love to play if you only could find the time. Isn't that true? I have a giant backlog of shit I want to play and watch. Even videos I just watch later. I feel like I spend more time just looking for stuff to pile onto that, instead of actually consuming the stuff I want. It's so true. It's so easy to fall into that trap. It's grimly amusing to reflect that in an earlier stage in the history of the internet, information overload was widely held to be a temporary problem. Yes, for the entire time being, we were being deluged. What does that mean? Deluged. All these damn words. Deluge. Redundant with a great quantity of something. Deluge. Yes, for the time being, we were deluged with zillion irrelevant blog posts, emails, and news updates. But it wouldn't last, because soon there'd be better technology to help us find the information we really valued, while disregarding the rest. The real trouble, according to the prominent techno-optimist Clay Shirky, wasn't information overload, but filter failure. All we really needed, and would presumably eventually get, were more sophisticated ways to filter the digital wheat from the chaff. Chaff? Like corn? It didn't exactly work out that way. What happened instead was a textbook case of the efficiency trap. It's true that the filters got much better. Technologies such as Amazon's recommendation engines are excellent ways to discover things to read, while social media, at its best, is like having thousands of unpaid assistants scourging the globe for... Don't borrow my books. They'll be covered in saliva. What were we saying? It's like having thousands of unpaid assistants scourging the globe for content you're likely to find particularly fascinating. But the result, as I assume you'd agree, if you've been active online the past few decades, hasn't been greater sanity or calm, since the incoming supply of genuinely interesting stuff is effectively limitless. Improving the efficiency with which you discover it just means you're bombarded with books, articles, podcasts, and videos that seem like they might contain a nugget of wisdom critical for your happiness or professional success. The challenge isn't to locate a few needles of relevancy in a haystack of dross. The challenge, in the words of the technology critic Nicholas Carr, is figuring out how to deal day in out with a haystack-sized needles of needles. With haystack-sized pile of needles. Trying to find a needle in a stack full of needles. That's an interesting way of putting it. That's how it does feel. Everything is a needle, and you're trying to find the right needle in a pile of needles. That's how consuming content on here is on the internet. Always trying to pick the right stuff so you can feel like you're getting something out of it. That's why we always watch stuff, right? That's why you're watching this. You want something out of it. Yeah, and it's just it can be almost overstressed. Is that the word? Overstressed. It can stress you out. There's too much to watch. There's too much wisdom out there that you don't know about. And how am I gonna figure it out? You'll never figure it all out. There's too much. Stop trying so hard. One step at a time, man. One day at a time. It's okay. It's tempting to wonder if the solution might lie in consuming things more quickly, perhaps by listening to audiobooks on double speed, or by pursuing the dream, which is largely all it is, of learning to speedrun. But there's far too much content for that. You could cut out every single possible nanosecond of silence and never make it through. Observe one audio specialist in a trade against the trim silence feature on a certain podcast apps, which permits listeners to eliminate any slivers of reflective silence that might have made it into the episode. You'll never be efficient enough to hear it all before you're gone. Moving more quickly through an infinite incoming supply of something never gets you to the end of it, because you're processing more of it, faster and without ever achieving the satisfaction of reducing it. You just left feeling more scattered and stressed. What was it just saying? What was it saying? I said that. You feel more stressed. Yeah, because there's too much. And like he said, you trying to get through it faster and consume more of this bullshit all out there, that backlog, it's just going to stress you out because you're just going faster and faster and faster. I feel like I was just saying this the other day. I don't know where. It's probably on here spewing it. But yeah, good stuff. Let's move on. We got a page and a page left. Yeah, that's not 2 pages. That's a page and a page. We do things different around here. We try to stand against. We don't follow the rules. Fuck rules. Rules suck. Rules are gay. Gay rules. Unfortunately, there are 3 pieces of advice for navigating a world of infinite information that are more genuinely helpful. The first is to treat your to-read pile like a river, not a bucket. That is to say, think of your backlog not as a container that gradually fills up, but that's your job to empty. And that it isn't your job to empty, but as a stream that flows past you, from which you get to pick a few choices from here and there without feeling guilty for letting others float by. It's a good way of taking that. I like that. You let it get away. It might be a great book, but you're still gonna live. You're gonna figure it out. You're gonna be happy. Are you happy right now? We'll fucking figure it out, okay? I don't know. Continuing, in any case, when you stop to think about it, there's something slightly arbitrary about Let me restart that. In any case, when you stop to think about it, there's something slightly arbitrary about which repositories? Is that like where you put deposits? I'm gonna guess that. We're not Googling it. I'm gonna stick with that. I think that's it. Of which repositories of information we define as guilt-inducing buckets in the first place. I know several older people who appear to believe that if a physical newspaper or magazine makes its way into their home, they have a moral duty to read it. I felt similarly. Why can't I say words? I felt similarly. I know what I'm trying to say. I felt similarly tormented by a long list of web browser bookmarks, yet none of us seem remotely bothered that we'll never make it through the 25 million books currently held by the Library of Congress. They're housed, along with other printed matter, no more than 800 miles of shelves. And that's how content is. You're never gonna get it all. You're never gonna fill your noggin with all the wisdom out there. You'll never be the ultimate Zen Buddha dude who got it all figured out. Every fucking corner doesn't exist. You'll never be able to have all the knowledge. Never. There's too much out there. So chill, daddy. Chill. Clearly, the mere existence of something readable creates no obligation to read it, and nor does the fact that if it's entered your awareness, you're a browser or your home. So just because it came in front of you doesn't mean you have to. And you don't have to feel like you missed out because it became in front of you. Okay? Because that's how sometimes it feels. It comes in your algorithm and now you have to watch it. No, maybe you'll gain more by not watching it. Maybe you can go do something. Go do something. Go for a walk. You'll probably get more from that. Go for a little walk. The second piece of advice is to resist the urge to stockpile knowledge. At least where nonfiction sources are concerned, it's easy to fall into the assumption the point of reading or listening to things is to add to your stockhouse of knowledge and insights, like a squirrel hoarding nuts, in preparation for the future when you finally get to take advantage of all that knowledge. This attitude prompts some people to develop complicated systems of taking notes on everything they read, which turns reading into a chore. Just enjoy it. That's what I'm always saying, find a process on anything in life. If you can find a way to enjoy it, it's gonna stick. Like this I'm reading right now. I'm enjoying it actually more reading with you. I'm normally just in my head, but now I'm commenting out loud while reading, and it's fun for me. And if you can enjoy it, it's gonna stick. It's gonna become glue, adhesive. And take advantage of that. And like I said, working out. Everyone has a different workout protocol. Find out yours. Diet. Everyone has a different diet. Figure out yours. Make it fun. You don't have to listen to everyone. All right. Which then perversely leads to their not reading books they'd otherwise enjoy or benefit from because they can't face taking the notes. See, they don't enjoy the book. They're forced to take notes. They feel forced. They don't need to. Just enjoy the book. What you pick up is what you pick up. That's the important stuff anyway. That's the stuff you're going to use. Most of the long-term benefits of reading arise not from the facts you insert into your brain, but the ways in which reading changes you by shaping your sensibility, from which good work and good ideas will later flow. Every book makes a mark, says the art consultant Katrina Janoskava, even if it doesn't stay in your conscious memory. I feel like I've said that before, too. Like, we'll read, and we won't even retain, at least we don't think we retain, but maybe a year down the line, that thing we read that we don't even consciously aware of, we use it then, even without knowing, because we read about it. It's cool. It's cool that that can happen. So stop trying so hard to retain all the information. Just enjoy it. Enjoy the words on the pages. All right, we're at the last half. We're done. We're about done. Let's finish this bad boy up. The closely related final rule is to remember that consuming information is a present moment activity. I was about to say, just like everything else. Everything's a present moment activity. Even thinking in the past is a present moment activity. Thinking in the future, you can't escape the present. You can't escape it. Even if you're thinking about the past, you're thinking about the past. In the present. The present, baby. It's not merely that a fixation on retaining facts is a poor way to reap the benefits of reading. It's also that any focus on reaping the benefits risks obscuring the truth that a meaningful life, in the end, has to involve at least some activities we love doing for themselves here and now. See, you just gotta enjoy the activity. You don't have to be taking away something deemable, something that you see like, oh, you need something. Just enjoy. Life is to be enjoyed. All right, let's get this over with. So you needn't always choose to read what's most edifying. I thought we were just about done, but we're Googling another damn word. Edify. Instruct or improve morally or intellectually. Whoa, I just double edified. I just improved my intellectual by learning the word edify, which means improving. Cool. Edify. Edify. Remember that one. We'll retain that one. Edify. How do we remember it? Edify. Combine it. Ed, and Eddie. Edify. Edify. You can't improve Ed, and Eddie. Edify. Edify. Ed, and Eddie. Improvement. We got it in the brain. That's how it works. You find a correlation. That's how I work. Alright, so you needn't always choose to read the most edifying or professionally useful or most enthusiastically endorsed by the arbiters of culture. Sometimes it's okay just to read whatever seems most fun. Spending half an hour reading something interesting, moving, awe-inspiring, or merely amusing might be worth doing. Not just to improve who you become in the future, though it might do that too, but for the sake of that very half hour of being alive. We finished the book. We didn't finish the book. We finished the chapter. That was a good chapter. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Did I take away something from it? Yeah, that you don't have to take away anything from it. That's what I took away. Okay? That's what it is. Stop trying to better yourself so hard. Stop trying so hard. And in that way, you better yourself. It's a paradox. I know. But we love those. We love paradoxes. Life is a big paradox. If you want to be happy, you have to understand sad. Hot, cold, balance, baby. Yeah, good chapter. Good chapter. I'm excited for the next one. That was probably one of my favorite chapters. I feel like I'm getting better at reading already, but hopefully I'm not eating those words. Hopefully I'm not stumbling on more words next week. This is fun. This is a good book. I'm only on page 30, but I definitely recommend it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. McDonald's. What's next week? We got day 6. You can't care about everything. There you go. Now you can read it. Focus wherever it's at. You can't care about everything. I'm looking forward to that chapter. You can't care. That reminds me of Mark Mason's book. You have only so many fucks to give. So many. You only have a finite amount of energy here daily. You can't give a fuck about everything. You can't care that there's starving people in Africa. I know I might sound like a bad guy, but you can't. You got your shit to fucking figure out. You can't figure out their shit. Yeah, it sucks. I can't give a fuck about it because I got other fucks. Oh yeah, there's a war in Ukraine. Oh yeah, people are dying over here in China. Yeah. Well, I got my own shit, okay? My cat won't shut up. I got bigger problems. They're jokes, people. They're serious jokes. So I'm serious. I'm serious. Yeah. Meditations for Mortals. Join me next week. Or don't. I'm gonna be here anyway. Forever. Until I'm dead. And so, if I ever disappear, guys, it's because I died. It's not because I stopped or got bored of this. Somebody took me out. They suicided me, man. And if you tuned into the books only, then we'll see you next week. And if not, I'll see you this Saturday when we're in the garage giving a good old tokey poke. A poke on the toke. We'll talk about whatever there. All right. My hands are sweating. You guys make me nervous. You guys gotta stop staring at me so much. Are you still here? We're not even talking about the book. I'm just chilling now. We're chilling. We're sitting here, just enjoying life. A moment of peace. Dude, it's beautiful out today. And what I mean by that is like, it's stormy. It's a stormy day. Spring is here. It's good shit. It's gloomy. Nice cozy vibes. I don't think I got anything else to say. All right, go. All right. I won't see you. You'll see me.